Welcome to Behind the Case podcast, a podcast that focuses on navigating the challenges our clients face with divorce and family law in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Behind the Case is brought to you by the Turner-Monahan legal team. With over 70 years of collective experience in divorce and family law. Together, Tyler Monahan, Keaton Monahan, Tina Campbell, and the Turner-Monahan team will discuss real-life cases, answer questions, and explore family law areas from divorce to child custody. Our goal is to clarify scenarios and demystify legal jargon, making the process less daunting and reminding you that you're not alone. So sit back and let's discuss what happens behind the case.
What is alimony in the simplest possible terms?
In Texas, we really don't have alimony. We have something called spousal maintenance, but there are some statutory guidelines that are required in order to even qualify for spousal maintenance. It's not as commonly ordered as people sometimes think. You have to be married for an extended period of time. You have to show that you have needs. It's not just because I was married to him for 20 years, he should have to pay for my lifestyle from now until the end of time. So in order to meet those guidelines, you will need to speak to an attorney so you can go through and make sure that you do have all the necessary evidence and information to be able to be awarded spousal maintenance.
Right. And that's under Texas Family Code, I think it's Chapter 8, they explain in there everything that deals with contractual alimony and with spousal maintenance. And you can also get spousal support on a temporary basis, but that is something totally different than what spousal maintenance and or contractual alimony is. Everyone thinks that in Texas, or a lot of people will say, well, there is no alimony, or there is alimony in Texas. I hear that all the time, and there is, but there are nuances to it, where it's like spousal maintenance, the court can order spousal maintenance, and they can only do it, though, for a certain period of time, depending on how long you've been married, and it's capped. Contractual alimony is the agreement between the two parties where you can agree to whatever you want to for actually getting paid in what's called post-divorce life.
What does it mean when the court says best interest of the child?
That's a wonderful statement. That means whatever the judge thinks. Mm-hmm. And this is why I talk to my clients before all mediations. We have a discussion about, we can go to court and we can let a judge that none of us really know all that well. We think we know, but you don't know somebody till you really know somebody. And you're going to put a bunch of facts in front of them, and you're going to hope and pray that they make a decision that is in your favor, that deals with where your children are going to live, when you're going to see your children, how much you're going to pay for your children, what your children are going to do, when they're going to make medical, dental, surgical, psychological, psychiatric, and education decisions. Great. And they're going to do that for the best interest of your child. Well, I can tell you, I think anybody knows what is in the best interest of my child but me. Okay? So best interest of the child is whatever the court believes based upon what they've heard, but it's more than likely going to be whatever the Texas Family Code allows, and they're not going to go much farther than that. That's why reaching an agreement with your spouse, while it may be difficult and it may be a tough pill to swallow, walking away from an agreement a little bit upset, but a little bit okay, the other side will do the same thing. I know this side will always think that side got everything, but it's amazing. This side will think that side got everything, but perception is reality. So
let's take a quick pause here. If you or someone you know is navigating divorce or family law matters in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, reach out to Turner-Monahan for a free legal consultation. Call us at 817-332-4477 or visit us at tumolaw.com. That's TUMOLAW.com for a free legal consultation. Now, let's get back to Behind the Case.
Best interest of the child is really what you and your spouse can decide rather than a court. Because when the court does it, it's really what's in the best interest that that judge thinks the child should be doing. So I would be real careful about allowing judges to determine what's in the best interest of your child.
Absolutely, because nobody knows your kiddos and your family better than yourself. I know it seems odd, but there's no like specific definition for best interest of child. It really truly is the interpretation of that particular judge based on what they've heard on that particular day and who they believe is being more truthful and forthcoming with information. So it could go any way because you don't know if the judge is having a bad day, if there's some predisposition one way or another. So if you have the ability to reach some sort of agreement, then that truly is in the best interest of your kiddos than giving that information and those decisions to a stranger.
What is a mediator? What do they do?
I've had the pleasure of being able to mediate for the last number of years. And in the role of a mediator, I am not an advocate. The mediator's job is to kind of go back and forth between the parties and help try to facilitate some sort of agreement. And the way we do it here is we do keep the parties in separate rooms. That way the individuals have the right and the ability to speak freely in front of me so that I can help come up with creative solutions, alternative solutions. Because in mediation, you have the ability to be more creative than you would be in court. When in court, the judge has to follow the Texas Family Code, the statutes, the black and white of the law. They really don't get creative. They can't really go so much outside of those lines. But in mediation, you can tailor your visitation schedule, your child support, division of assets and debts based upon your specific family needs and what is needed for your kiddos. So it is absolutely a great vehicle to be able to walk away from this horrible moment with the best possible circumstances set up for you in the future. It also helps if you can reach these types of agreements. It helps with the future co-parenting relationship as well, because you're not fracturing your relationship anymore by having to air all your dirty laundry in public in court. You can just get everything taken care of and move on with your new normal.
And what happens when you sign in mediation? If you sign a mediated settlement agreement, what does that mean?
Well, a mediated settlement agreement in the state of Texas is irrevocable, meaning once everybody signed it and it's filed with the court, you don't get to come back tomorrow and go, oh, we forgot something. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I want to make a change. It is what it is. You're absolutely done. The only thing left at that point is paperwork, drafting a final order to match the mediated settlement agreement. So a good, competent mediator is going to make sure everybody goes through that mediated settlement agreement, reads it very carefully, answers as many questions as many times as necessary to make sure everybody's on the same page, saying the same words, understand the same things, because there is no do-over. But that also means that you start from that point moving forward with your new normal. You can go ahead and the visitation schedule is usually put into place at that time. There's decisions made about when things are going to happen and how things are going to move forward. But at that point, there's no final trial. There's no discovery. You're done. So it's kind of a nice thing.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Behind the Case. If this episode offered insight or helped clarify some aspect of divorce and family law, we encourage you to subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. For those in the DFW area that are in need of a legal consultation, you can reach us at tumolaw.com. That's TUMOLAW.com or 817-332-4477 to schedule a free legal consultation. Remember, the journey through legal matters can be complex, but you don't have to navigate it alone. Until our next discussion, take care. Please note that the information provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended as legal advice. Listening to this podcast or contacting our team does not constitute an attorney-client relationship. For advice on your specific situation, please consult with a licensed attorney in your area.